Hey guys, it's Kelly. Thanks so much for joining me. What you are looking at now is a layout from Susan Brochu. If I'm mispronouncing that, I'm really sorry, Susan. Anyway, I saw this layout on one of the Facebook groups and loved it. And I had already had this Shamel paper cut in strips. And when I saw Susan's layout, I knew exactly then how my layout I wanted it to go. I loved the frame around the page, and Susan was nice enough to say go ahead, and I will put all of her information in the details underneath the video if you'd like to check out her work. So I had found this Shamel paper pad at Michael's when it was one of the hot buys at $5. And I don't necessarily scrap with primary colors a bunch, but you know, having a boy, there's definitely times that it could come in handy. Plus, it has some very good papers that read as solids, and I love those. It's a great addition just to have in my paper stash. So when I saw Susan's layout, the framing edge work, I guess kind of the reverse frame was what she had called it. I just thought that was so neat, and I knew right away that I wanted to do the dark navy stitching again on this. And I had already cut up some pieces from the paper pad when I was playing around with what I wanted to do before I'd seen her layout. So I just decided to use these same pieces of paper, and it really worked out so nice. So this page did go together really quickly. This picture is of my great nephew, and my husband's the youngest of 4 kids, and so when the oldest has kids, and like my kids, the cousins are 20 years apart, it kind of makes for an interesting family dynamic when I'm about the same age as my nephew and niece. Anyway, so this is about the first time we got to meet little Victor, and we were so excited. And this little guy is the sweetest thing ever. They live several hours away, and so we just can't see them as much as we would like to. So with this layout, everything was pretty easy. I wanted the title just to be off of that cut apart sheet on the Shamel paper pad, and I was thinking I was going to just maybe add like a little subtitle, but I decided not to. I just ended up keeping it pretty, not simple, but just, I guess it is simple, pretty plain. I wanted the colors and the design of the page to speak for itself. So I thought maybe I would sprinkle some wood veneer around the page, or put the hello, since it was my first time meeting him, but all of that ends up coming up. And what I end up doing on the bottom label is stamping the date that the picture was taken. I video with my phone, and this picture was on my phone, so I didn't have a way of looking up the date at that moment. So I did go in at the end and stamp the date. So I know that I want my journaling to be part of this design, and I don't usually journal on camera, but this day I didn't really have any problems doing so. So I always write out what I'm going to say first. Number one, just to make sure that it makes sense grammatically for me, because if I don't do it, I will end up with something not sounding right. And then number two, I like to be able to space out or know just about how long I'm going to need, or how much space I'll need for my journaling, because I want it to be pleasing to the eye as well. My journaling is important, but I don't want it to mess up, the look of how I want my page. So I have just started using the Pitt journaling pen. It's very similar to a Micron, and you can find them at Hobby Lobby and Michaels. And I think that these are now my new favorite pens for journaling. And they also are good with mixed media. So these puffy hearts are from Twine and Ink, and they are from my stash. And I originally thought that I would just, put 3 of them up on that top just to fill that space. And, it kind of works. But then I decided, I have to put twine in shipping tags for the most part. I would have to say probably 90% of all of my tags have some sort of twine or ribbon or decorative element where the reinforcer is. And so when I start putting the twine in the reinforcer and just look at it with the hearts, I decide that I don't like the hearts there. And I will go ahead and stick smaller hearts on the Delighted card. So this pretty much wraps it up. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and thank you, Susan, for your beautiful layout. It was perfect for what I had in mind for this page, and it was also perfect for that Chamel pattern paper. So I have some close-ups at the end, and remember, all of Susan's details will be underneath in the detail section. Thanks so much. Bye.